Hey, what's up guys and gals? My name is Rick 9G. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about Batman, the 1960s television show. Liking, commenting, and subscribing is the best way to support my channel. So if you like classic TV shows and movies, over 1,800 videos for you to enjoy. I truly thank you for all of the support. We're going to be talking about a really interesting theme in Batman. It spanned over 3 seasons, and in the 3rd season we have the appearance of Batgirl. Now this is really important because Batgirl became a staple of the show during the 3rd series, and many people would even argue that Batgirl was one of the reasons why the show ended. Many different reasons for that, which we won't get into in this video in particular, but Batgirl is a very interesting character and one that either people liked or didn't like, depending on who you're asking in fans. Now, why am I focusing so much on her? Well, she was an interesting addition to the show. We always had the dynamic duo, and then we had a third person that was there saving the day, and most people would argue she would take away time from others. Now, what she was wearing was a pretty interesting outfit, kind of a sequined or glittery purple girl suit or Batgirl suit. She even wore a red wig to throw off that she was Commissioner Gordon's daughter. Now, she had her own motorcycle, she had her own little kind of secret Batgirl cave and everything, and you wouldn't think the wiser in believing that the Batgirl suit that she wore was made for her, that people who were, in the cast and crew, they made it specifically for her. But if you're a big fan of Batman, you will realize that this is not true. Now, a lot of you who are fans of the show, I think you're going to be mind blown by this revelation. And this is because I'm going to talk about going back to season 1. There's an episode 23, it's called The Ring of Wax. Now in this episode, we have the villain, the Riddler, and his latest plan involves stealing a wax figure. What does he do with this wax figure? Well, he melts it down and uses that wax, which is very powerful and corrosive when it's exposed to a direct flame. He uses this to his advantage, of course, trying to get through his schemes. And every villain, if you know, does have their henchmen, sometimes a mix of men and women and so forth. And the Riddler in this episode had a few. He had Matches, he had Tallow, as well as a female, Moth. Now, Moth was played by the actress Nineg Scott. Now, what's interesting with her is that the instant I looked at her, she stood out, that purple sequined outfit. Now, you would think that it was unique or you haven't seen it before, but then everything clicked. And then you realize that this outfit would later be redressed, repurposed, and used as Batgirl's costume, the one that Yvonne Craig would wear in season 3 of Batman. Now, you can look closely. I can show you both outfits, and I know that a lot of people will say, well, no, it's different because, of course, Batgirl has the gloves. She has that middle, Batgirl yellow logo. She has a cape. Well, yes, but remember, if you start out with the Moth costume, the original purple costume, again, you can alter it, you could redress it, but if you look, the main foundation, what it's made out of, the main material is the same. And so that's what counts. They just used it. It was sitting on their shelf, probably collecting dust, and they said, hey, why don't we repurpose this and use it for Batgirl's costume? Now, what's amazing about that is that, have you ever put this together? Have you ever realized that these two things are the same thing? When you really think about it, it's really, really cool. And so whenever you see Batgirl now, whenever you see a Batgirl episode, you'll be like, I know where that came from. Or when you see Moth in this episode from season 1, you'll think that eventually became Batgirl's costume. And I think either way that you see it, it's really cool, it's really interesting, and these are the type of things I do on this channel. I show you little tidbits, little secrets, fun details, behind the scenes information that you want to know that you didn't know, and then you could become a trivia savvy person and tell your family and friends that you know all these things, and they will not know how you figure all this stuff out. So thank you so much for supporting the channel, for liking, commenting, and subscribing. It does mean so much. We'll see you all next time, and don't forget, everyone, be hopeful. Thank you to all my supporters, especially my diamond tier patrons. Vito L, Sally N, Kevin K, John O, Jennifer P, Jerry D, David D, and Citizen Kane 359. If you want to join others on this list, please look at the description below. Thank you so much.